Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the streets, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, back to school for vaccinated upper secondary school students and teachers from October 4th. Police officer dies from COVID. And internationally, United Nations chief says in a frustrated speech that climate alarms are ringing at a fever pitch. And now the news in detail. Secondary schools across Trinidad and Tobago will physically reopen in 2 weeks for fully vaccinated students in forms 4 to 6. The Ministry of Education advised that from October 4th, physical classes will be conducted for both teaching and practical sessions. Teachers and fully vaccinated students will report to schools for physical classes. Further, the ministry said arrangements to facilitate teaching and learning at these institutions are ongoing. In the coming week, principals will be furnished with reopening guidelines for the conduct of these classes. All other students will continue virtual classes. In other news, police officer Odell Guy has died from COVID-19. The officer, who had tested positive for the virus, was warded at the ICU of the Arima District Hospital, where he passed away on Monday. Corporal Guy, 43, leaves to mourn his wife, Kim Ramnarine Guy, and his 4 children. He is the 15th police officer to die from COVID in Trinidad and Tobago. Internationally, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres appealed to world leaders Tuesday to show solidarity and act on the climate crisis, warning that humanity was on a track for a hellscape of temperature rise that would bring catastrophe. At the opening of the UN General Assembly in New York, Guterres called specifically on leaders to end subsidies and fossil fuels, end the use of coal, invest in renewable energy, and tax carbon and pollution instead of people's income. He said the climate alarm bells are ringing at a fever pitch and noted that the recent report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was a code red for humanity. He said the warning signs have already begun in every continent and region. For example, scorching temperatures, shocking biodiversity loss, polluted air, water, and natural spaces. He said the climate divide between the rich and poor world must be bridged, calling explicitly for developed countries to contribute funds to help developing nations confront the climate crisis. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the streets, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines: back to school for vaccinated upper secondary school students and teachers from October 4th. Police officer dies from COVID, and internationally, United Nations chief says in a frustrated speech that climate alarms are ringing at a fever pitch. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. Robert, he's going to be holding it down for Aisha Wells, who's not going to be in today.
News from the street. 919fm.com. Guilty, you're wrong.
Hey guys, just to let you know that the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with the Central Statistical Office, is conducting a nationwide digital inclusion survey. Approximately 6,000 households from various communities are being asked to participate. The information collected from this survey will guide studies to determine how many people are without access or have limited access to ICTs, as well as measure the ICT skill level of the population. And remember, you can feel safe because field personnel will be properly identifiable while observing all necessary COVID-19 protocols.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized with every